Hello fellow PUBGers. Today's video is going to be about the new recent update, the 2017 September update, which was meant to optimize various things in the game, specifically with shadows, and it essentially was meant to improve performance on low-end PCs. However, that was not the case with me. In fact, it was the polar opposite. I dropped about 20 FPS after the update, and I'm pretty sure it had to do with the shadows. After dropping to the ground, you can see that the shadows just take a lot of processing power, because it's just so much of it that that computer, especially a mid-range one, can't handle. I believe mine is kind of lower though. It's around $500 to $600. I don't think that's mid-range. So like a lower end PC wouldn't be able to handle that. So for after a week of just complaining about it, I came across this article last night which was posted yesterday from this video. Essentially, they're allowing you to change the config files, which I believe were restricted prior to the update due to the advantages that it gave you when you inputted your own config files. As you can see, after the update, this is what you had, but now they're showing you what happens after you change the config files. As you can see, it's very blurry on the left side due to like this default post-processing that they inputted after the update, which also demands a lot of processing power from your PC. This is very reminiscent of how it was prior to the update, which is what you want for a smoother experience. So now they're allowing you to get this by changing the config files. I'll show you now how to do that. So it's very simple. You go here, put %app data %, click OK. Just ignore this. It can be very overwhelming if you don't really mess with your files. Just go to local. From app data, you just click right here, go to local. From local, you go download TSI games. Click on that, you'll see a file called saved, and then you'll see a file called config. Click on that one, you'll see one called Windows No Editor. Click on here. Here's gonna be the files. I really don't know what the fuck this is doing here. Delete that. Sorry for the language. You can also change this one, and this is just for the folks that want to have better FPS. If you didn't know about this, you can change the resolution quality. Mine's at 70. I believe it's good compensation for better FPS. Screen scale, mine's at 85. You guys can put it whatever your guys' preference is. The lower the better, FPS wise, not video quality wise. So mine's around mid. It's from 70 to 100, or 120 rather. But I tend to have lower FPS if it's at 100. A little Easter egg for this video is this setting right here called bEnableMouseSmoothing. Not a lot of people know about this, but for FPS games you really don't want mouse smoothing. So after you input this, you should feel a little slight difference in the aim. It's more direct, whereas prior to inputting this, it would sway a bit. It would sway to the left, or once you stop moving, it would keep swaying. It felt like a very micro realistic input that the game had. So like you were aiming down the sight, and you see a guy, you're trying to flick to him. It would kind of flick and go past him, and then you would have to kind of recalibrate and go back left. Whereas this, what I felt from my experience was that it stops directly wherever you stop the cursor. So that's just there for the folks that want to try that out. If you like it, you can leave it. If you don't, you can delete it. Now to what you guys are here for. These are for the people who have experienced that drastic frame drop after the update. You just go to the engine file. Make sure right click on it, on the file, right click properties. Make sure read only is not on. Put apply, just in case you guys mess with it previously, and just you're here just because you forgot kind of how to mess with these files. Just click on it. There'll be, I believe, settings here, but you just highlight them, delete them. I already have the new ones inputted. There's a disclaimer for the frame rate cap in the article. They say you can leave it at 0 so it doesn't cap your frame rate, but let's be honest, no, if you're watching this video, your rig is not pulling that you know, ability to get over 144. They say if you're experiencing lag in the game, you want to change it or you want to cap it to around 240. Doesn't matter. I changed it to 144 because my my monitor is at 144 refresh rate. I'm not gonna get over that anyways. My rig is not gonna pull. It doesn't have enough processing power to, you know, pull more than around 80ish FPS. So once you finish doing this, go to File, you put Save, you exit out, then you right click Properties, and this is why mine was at read only at first, because I already did this. So you leave it at read only, apply OK, and the reason it's at read only is because you don't want the game to change this to the default settings after you close the game, or you start the game rather. It might not even, so once you start the game, it'll change it back to the default settings, but if you leave it at read only, it's not gonna, it can't do anything. For gamer user settings, I used to have it at read only, but now I just leave it clicked off because I tend to mess around with the settings in game. But once like I mess around with the settings in game and I get out of the game and I come in the next day to play the game, it goes back to the default settings when I you know, mess around with it in here. So that's why I don't have read only here, because you know, it allows you to change the settings and keep in to the new settings you like. So Engine, you keep read only because you don't want to go to the default settings and be experiencing again the lag after the update. So yeah, that's a video, and leave comments below. Tell me if it helped you. It should, because this is not like other videos where you see guys commenting, or you know, people who you know, have experience with the Unreal Engine 4 with, you know, games previously, because it doesn't always work with everyone. This is directly from the content creator, so this should work with everyone. I should definitely put it how it was previously. The shadows are not going to be there anymore. After playing my first game, I won, and I'm pretty sure it was because of this. I got 9 kills, just in case you guys calling me a camper. So yeah, that's it. Thanks for watching. Leave a like, subscribe if you like. I'm out.